Real talk. No bull. Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.
Welcome everybody to episode 60, feeling drifty, thrifty, swiftly. We
don't have a word.
We had nothing.
Out of 60 episodes, we haven't got a word.
No, not for 60.
No.
60 is a hard one. It's got the X in it, you know?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it's a weird
But
one. Anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
60.
It's been a while. It feels like it's been ages since we've had a me and you one, but
Feels like it's been ages since I've sat in this seat. And I was actually thinking about that on the way here. I was like, I don't think it's been that long, but it feels, it's definitely been a few.
well, we had Jade last week.
Yeah.
Then we had
Jason.
then we had Jason. Then we had Brett.
Yeah. So it's been.
Chris before Brett.
No, there was a week. Yeah. So it's been three guests.
No,
Had three guests.
it was Chris then Brett, wasn't it?
Ah,
So
wow.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, here we are. Here we are.
Oh, here we
Yeah.
are, mate.
Yeah.
Here we are,
Nah, nice.
counting down the.
Countdown days. So you've
Yeah.
got the house on the market, or soon?
Well, soon, yeah.
Soon.
Yep, soon, but
So
moving around the corner, but.
so just for all the followers out there, all
The herd.
the herd, the hardcore Harrys that tune in every week, we might have a pause coming up soon.
Nah.
No,
No, we're not.
Yeah,
pausing.
reckon?
We'll find a way.
we'll find a way. We'll find a way.
We'll find a way.
And look, if you're someone who follows us, and I'm going to bleed my heart out here, and you live in this lower Moreton Bay area, you know, the Launton, North Lakes kind of area, well, Morayfield, whatever, if you have some space that we could potentially set our studio up in for a while,
Yeah, for a few months.
we would really fucking appreciate it. And we'll give you free advertising. We'll put your logo on every fucking episode. We'll
Yeah.
shout you out. We'll do everything we can
Jump on as many times
to-
as you want.
promote your business if you help us out. And I mean, I don't like begging, but I'm fucking begging, you know?
I don't care.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because
So,
the plan is, man, if we don't, because our place doesn't get built until late-ish, at the latest mid next year, we could be living out of a caravan.
yeah.
So we could be doing some caravan episodes, mate, at the caravan parks
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
with the locals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be.
Well,
so
that'll
we
be.
could set up a little fire.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
we get-
fire sessions.
yeah. Well, that's right. That's right. But
I
hey,
mean-
you know, if anyone out there's got anything and you've got some space, literally, we are literally filming out of like a 4x4 section here.
Oh yeah.
Not even
Hold
that.
on, let me just record a quick video on my phone and I'll throw it in the video podcast to show people how little amount of room we need.
That's right. That's right. We really don't need a lot of room, but we need after hours access, and we need some space to set this up.
Yep.
So, if you're out there, anybody,
Please
and you love what we do,
help.
reach out.
Yeah.
So now that I'm past that little begging phase, let's crack in to.
What ripped your undies?
All right. You said you had a belter. So
Ooh.
I'm going to start
Yeah.
because mine is on behalf of my daughter.
Okay.
So she came home this afternoon. I said to her, oh, you have a nice day, babe? And she says, yeah, I did. I said, why? What happened? And she said, well, on my way home, I saw a boy litter. And I was like, oh, okay. He opened up his ice block and he dropped the ice block wrapper in the middle of the road. And I was like, oh, didn't pick it up. No, he didn't. So I turned around and said, you can't do that. You should pick that up. And he didn't. And we got into an argument. And I was like, oh, okay. And then what happened? Well, we just went back and forth and had an argument. I said, did he pick it up? No. So, you know, littering.
Don't litter.
Littering. It rips my undies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind people throwing out some food because the birds will eat it or something like that, but not
Not plastic.
Not
trash.
plastic.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. Like
apple cores, banana
Apple
peels,
cores.
whatever.
apple
Bit of
cores.
sandwich.
Apple cores. I'm guilty of throwing apple
Oh,
cores out
hell
the window.
yeah.
But I always aim for a garden or a bush.
Yeah.
and because I'm like, this is going to the ants.
Compost.
And but yeah, fuck, hate people that litter, and teach kids not to litter.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to teach your kids not to litter, a really good thing to do is to take them down to the beach with a rubbish bag and pick up rubbish on the beach, because all of that litter that you litter in the streets eventually goes down the drains and down the waterways and ends up in the fucking beach and the ocean.
Straw ends up some turtle's nose.
Oh man,
Bastards.
yeah. So yeah, that was a rip my undies on behalf of my oldest daughter today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, crack into yours, mate. You said you had a belter. Yeah, said you had enough for both of us.
Friday night,
Ooh.
went out to our daughter's dance, out in Fortitude Valley. And we went to a car park, and it was one of those car parks that, there's no license plate registration or anything like that. It's just you tap your card and you tap it on your way out. So I did that, tapped it on my phone. But during the performance, my phone died. Right? So anyway, I was like, I didn't really think of this at the time. I was like, yeah, my phone died, but an inconvenience, whatever. And then I realized when we were coming down the ramp to exit that I'm going to need the same card. Didn't have the same card. And so I just grabbed my actual hard card from my console, because that's where it was at the time. Went to pay, obviously didn't work. And being that, car park systems, I kind of get where this is going to end up. So I'm prepared. I'm not getting too mad yet.
Put your mic up.
Is the mic all right?
Fine.
Got to fix it. So the lady I called the screen, which I had to try to find the button because it was like camouflaged. So that was annoyance 101.
And you got people backing up behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know a lot of car parks, they just let people through when times like this happen, but no, not this person. She was adamant that I was going to pay my $60, which is like, yeah, I get it. That's fine. But there was about 8 or 9 cars behind me at this stage. And she tells me to punch in this number and press enter. So I punched it in and it was wrong. So I've got more cars lining up, and then it wouldn't work. Then she had to shut it down. So I'm yelling at the screen. I'm like, at this point I was like, I was already in a shit spot. And then I was just like, just open the fucking gate, like just let me out. You've got so many people behind me. And there's always one fucking asshole that wants to play hero, isn't there? This guy behind me gets out of his car, comes up to my window. Like, obviously hasn't seen that I'm not like some little
old lady
or something, right? And then he looks at me and he's like, oh, what's going on, mate? Yeah, like the fucking hair, and I reckon he was drunk or on something. And I said, what does it look like I'm doing, man? I said, I'm trying to pay my fucking ticket. And he kept getting on my tits, and he kept chirping, and I just had this like look and rage in my face, and even my wife was like, don't. And I just looked at him and I said, mate, get back in your fucking car. I'm paying my fucking ticket. And he looked at me and was like, oh, I was just asking. And then walked off, and I was ready to kill. So there has to be some kind of guide out there, because one saved me from going to jail, and 2 saved this guy from dying.
That was your wife.
Well, someone was gonna fucking get it, and I was. Oh, I had a.
Okay, so what happened? What happened then? How did?
Then the guy from the security company came down and punched in all the numbers, and I paid my ticket. But yeah, that guy in the fucking car park ripped my undies
Yeah.
bad, and I've been really good with my anger,
Yeah.
but this one just set me
Well, it's
right off.
yeah, it's like it's this new like automation of everything. Like we can't even just do anything manually anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
But even like to go from not even reading your license plate, like a lot of car parks have the license plate or a ticket. So if one fucks up, you can see the other. This one only had the card. So man, that dude, he's very.
So how come you couldn't pay for it with your physical card?
Because it's a different reading to my card that's on my phone. It's not the same.
So your actual card in your like phone, even though it's of the same card, because of like encryption
Yeah,
and all that.
and then
shit.
and then she asks me on the intercom, "Oh, what's the last 4 digits of your Apple ID?" And I said, "I don't even fucking have one." So what are you talking about? I said, I was so mad, dude, and I really, and I just said to my wife as we left, I haven't ripped my undies for next week,
Yeah, I totally feel it, man.
and
Yeah.
just like, but why? But there's no need to play a hero and try to get out of the car and see what's unless you're going to come pay for my fucking ticket.
Yeah, I mean,
Stay in your car.
At that point, how long had he been sitting there behind you, though?
Couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes.
But
yeah.
but still, like, what does he think I'm doing?
Yeah.
Fucking having a picnic.
Yeah. Just having a yarn.
That's like, oh, I'm just having a yarn. But
just
you think
having a
I don't
yarn.
want to go somewhere?
Yeah, that's right.
And like,
That's right.
but it was the way he came out. It was the way he spoke, and it was the way he fucking looked at me. And like I said, I'm not trying to sound tough or anything like that, but when he got out of the car and then came up to my window, like even my wife said there was the kind of look of like, oh, maybe I've made a mistake. And yeah, you could see the need for violence in my eyes.
Yeah, like had he come up in a different kind of way, would your reaction to him been different? Like if
Absolutely.
he had to come up and just said, "Hey, bro, we all good?"
Yeah.
And you would have said, "Oh, I'm fucking trying to pay my ticket."
Yeah.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
man, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Oh man, what the fuck's going on? You got cars behind you. You fucking, and I'm like, it's like, I am aware.
Yeah.
Trust me, there is no one more aware right now than me.
I'm not fucking blind, mate. Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, that tore them to shreds.
Yeah.
But then we'll put the elastic back in them. Is that me and my wife laughed about it?
Yeah. 100%. I honestly, man, I think every now and again we need to go through those moments in life just to kind of like, for humility.
That is like the adult version of like you just telling your child no for the sake of saying no. Just sometimes you don't get to have your way.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But it does, man. It fucks me off, this whole like automation of everything now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like there's just no like, because if you could have just like jumped out and gone over to the ticket and gone boom boom and got your ticket and then out the door, like, and then
I will always take a ticket.
That's right.
Because I don't have to fucking worry about license plate reading or glitches.
right.
It's like my old man, he was here and we're talking about Copilot and how to use that. And I was asking him a question. He's like, "I'll just ask Copilot." And I said, "No, Dad, I'm asking you." I said, "I'm not asking Copilot." And I said, it's the human interaction that I want to know how it is to use it. I don't need to be told by a computer, And yeah, you're right. Like it's the way of the world, but it's still annoying.
Yeah.
There's going to be classes on how to still.
I actually heard or read somewhere the other day that there's a supermarket somewhere who's getting rid of all of their self-checkout stuff and they're going back to checkout operators.
Yeah, good. Keep people employed.
Yeah. And like for some people that human interaction is probably the only human interaction they might
Let
get
the little
in
old
the
lady
day.
go through the checkout.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
I went to the Metallica concert in Melbourne, and that was at the time they were. Have I said this on here already?
don't know.
They were promoting that movie with, was it like Roadrunner or something like that? It was like sci-fi based.
You mean Blade Runner?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, and what it was is that you didn't even need to use your card. Somehow they already had. No, you had to sign up to it, and then you went in there, right? You obviously had to have card details, and they had like about 40 cameras on the roof, and you walked in, and whatever you grabbed, you picked up, and you could just walk out, and it would just automatically scan you to your phone, and you just pay. I was just like, fuck.
Crazy. Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck with.
I think there's some shops like that where you literally just walk in and you just grab whatever you want and you walk out and it just like scans your phone.
Yeah, as long as you're
like,
signed up to it, or it's
right.
got some kind of reference to your bank account, or like, mate, I don't know.
Crazy.
Soon we're gonna be like Justin Timberlake in that movie where it's all
In time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Chuck the chip in you.
yeah.
Yep. chipped up, mate.
Won't be long before that happens.
No, it won't be long at all.
I'll do it. Anyway,
Anyway,
I don't know what tonight's about, so hit me with it.
Well, I just thought we'd also touch on the fact that we're
Ooh.
about 4 weeks out from our Wild Bulls survival mission, sponsored by Prep Pro. And
The
the
first
herd,
people that jumped on board. As soon as I asked, mate, they fucking had no hesitation.
yeah,
They just jumped on and
the herd biltong
yep, the herd biltong.
and Ridgewalker bows.
Yep. Gonna
Yeah.
let shit fly and die.
Oh, mate.
Maybe.
Yeah, hopefully.
And some, not shrimp,
Yabbies.
yabby.
Yabbies. Yep. Yeah. So we've got a few yabby traps. Yeah,
Mm.
we've taken a few bows with us. We've
Yep.
been learning how to shoot bows, and I mean, I'm not going to toot my own horn,
Yes, you are.
but for a beginner, I'm not doing too bad.
No.
I think given opportunity to take a shot at an animal from a good range, I'll hit it. I might not hit it in the right spot. but
We'll eat something.
I think I might hit it. Yeah.
You put me into 5 to 10 meters, it's dead.
As long as
But
I
other
hit,
than that, I'm fucked. I'll be calling on you.
as long as I don't hit it in the gut. Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be meat around it.
Yeah, but you don't want to pop it because it taints it.
Yeah, but not at the top.
Make it smell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right. We'll get there.
We will. We'll
So stay tuned,
We'll have a
people.
look. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So that week we're gonna film that week away, and in due time we will put out a small YouTube series of that week away, and that's going to be pretty cool just to document
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we'll
We
be
got Dean, editor producer, coming on.
some
and,
diary entries and
Yeah,
little tasks,
we're gonna,
and
we're gonna throw a few challenges in the mix.
sure
and-
we'll open up around the
Yeah.
campfire.
And so yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good fun. It's gonna be nice just to, like, I'm gonna miss my family.
Oh,
I can say that. It's not often I get time away from the family, but it's gonna be nice to be able to get away and detach from society for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not be able to hear any cars, not to have any people in your space or your face. Phone's not ringing, phone's not dinging, no fucking notifications, no.
we're not going to want to come back.
Yeah. Have to come home and throw my family under my arm and drag them into the bush. Yeah.
What are those? What is it when you leave? What do they call it?
When you leave what?
You want to go off grid?
Nah, but there's a term for it. Like when, that's how it'll come to me.
Are you talking about sovereign citizens?
No. I'm thinking more like Stockholm syndrome, but it's not.
That's when you get attached to your kidnapper.
Yeah, but you get attached. Yeah, well, nature is my kidnapper.
Yeah, okay. All right.
You know?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
It's all about how you look at the world and how you use those metaphors and sayings and
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
as you don't get like a bit of Paris syndrome.
what syndrome?
Paris. It's when people go to Paris and they get all depressed because Paris is actually pretty shit and
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
live up to expectations.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think I'll get that.
Yeah, nah. Any time in the bush is a good time in the bush. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, I'm frothing so hard.
I go through waves.
Yeah.
Go through waves.
No, the closer we get, the more excited I'm getting.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. I think I'm pretty good for gear.
Yeah,
We'll find out.
I'm
I'll
pretty sorted, I think.
do a pack down. We're going to go do a, maybe even next weekend, might go do a little
Set up.
setup day in the bush somewhere. So just test our gear out, test some of our things out, do a little bit of experimenting.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. Practice a few knots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm shit at knots.
Just tie knots.
It's like jokes. I'll listen to a joke and not remember it.
Oh,
And
okay.
same with a knot. I'll watch a knot get done over and over, and then I'll go do it. I can't remember.
It's just like the whole movie in it. I just will watch people do knots and be like, I just can't comprehend how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nah, we'll get there. It's all trial and error.
That's it. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
That's it. So tonight's episode, I thought we would talk about tall poppy syndrome.
Okay.
Do you know what tall poppy syndrome is?
Kind of.
Yeah. Yep. It's when the tallest poppy in the field get cut down. Yeah.
And why are we talking about this today?
Well, a couple of weeks back, I was out on the run with the boys, and one of the boys, he's been making good progression lately. And, as mates and stuff, you're there to build each other up, right? And somebody else said to me, they said, "Oh, you're really good at motivating people in those moments, and you're always really kind of, you know, showing a lot of positivity when boys are doing well." And I said, "Well, yeah, because I would hope that people are, giving me some kind of praise when I do well at things, And then it kind of made me think about like the whole tall poppy syndrome thing, where New Zealand and Australia, we're two countries that suffer a lot from tall poppy syndrome, and it's not really like when you are doing well and somebody else is sort of coming up below you doing well, you're always going to motivate them and you're always going to give them the praise. But if they start doing better than you, then it's kind of like, oh, they're a shit cunt. Like, oh, I'm jealous, I'm not feeling adequate, or like,
Oh, he's better
all of
than
these,
yeah.
all of these
Can't be
sorts
better
of
than me.
things sort of start to come up, and I can't say that I've never been jealous of people or where they're at. I think it's only human nature to feel that way, but I think like, I've always tried to just remain really positive for people around me, and I think if I think back to a time in my life where I might have suffered tall poppy syndrome, against one of my friends, it might have been a time where I had a really good mate, and he was set to do really well in the sporting world, but he left the sporting world and he got into hospitality, and I didn't understand why he would have done that when he was like right at the start of this like sporting career that he could have had. And I guess he left it because it wasn't really his dream. It was his dad's in a way. And even though he was really good at it, he was just kind of like, I've been doing this since I was a little kid. I just want to do something different now. But he got really good at working hospitality. And at a young age, he took over some really, high-end sort of restaurant bar, and then he ended up in London, and he's doing super well for himself. But I guess for a long time there, back in our mid-20s, going to 30, into our early 30s, I guess I was kind of annoyed at him that he didn't chase that sporting dream, like, because he was so good at what he was doing. But then it kind of got to a point where I kind of had to shift that mentality, and I kind of was like, I guess it actually came from a place of probably that I was jealous that he had done so well for himself, that he had kind of like branched out from the group, and then he had kind of like, what I felt at the time was ditched us, but it wasn't him ditching us. It was just him following his
own path.
And and then, once I realized that I was doing this, like, I'd never verbalized anything to him. I'd never, told him like, you shouldn't, or like all of these things. It was just a feeling, you know what I mean? He's still one of my best mates. Still one of my brothers. I love him very much. But yeah, it was kind of just, I guess it was just more of just the fact that I was just probably a little bit jealous of the fact that he was doing fucking really well for himself, and I probably wasn't. I was, but just maybe not in the same way,
Mm.
you know, and our achievements were different in life, and so, but yeah, it really got me thinking about the whole tall poppy thing, and then sort of this conversation that I had the other day, and it kind of it was just an interesting concept to me because it's kind of like, and I thought to myself, is it getting worse or is it getting better?
Mm.
And I guess with like social media being so prominent now, everybody's got a voice, everyone's got an opinion. And so it's kind of like we love to see the underdog win. And so we cheer for the underdog. But then what happens to the underdog once he's winning?
Then once the underdog starts winning, I like seeing the underdog story fail sometimes.
That's right. Exactly.
Like, sucked in.
That's it, right?
But not from because I want to see them fail, just because it's not the status quo. It's not the what's the word? Oh, it's not the I can't even think of the word.
But yeah, I mean,
It's not the norm. But yeah, I don't mind seeing.
because I guess, because we love to see the next underdog come up and take that top spot, But the thing is, I guess it's kind of like, and I guess when you're at the top, especially in the sporting world or something like that, if you're at the top and you stay at the top for too long, then people do want to see the underdogs come up and do something.
Yeah, you got to stay exciting.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Mike Tyson.
It's like, being a Kiwi, I love watching the All Blacks play, and we all know the All Blacks are pretty good. But I love seeing them lose every now and again. I love seeing them being humbled.
Yeah, but that's what. Yeah,
Like they do win a lot, and they're really good at what they do. And New Zealand's always been really good at rugby. The world knows that, and they're always a team to beat. But it is nice when you see them get humbled by a not so big team. And I guess when you've got a team like the All Blacks at the top all the time, then that's always going to elevate others below them.
Yeah, of course.
And so, it's hard to pip that into like a tall poppy syndrome situation because it's, that's what sports is all about.
Yeah.
Moving to the top and then falling down and rebuilding and all this sort of stuff, But yeah, I guess more in terms of like individual success stories. Like I believe that, like if I've got mates who are in my inner circle and they're doing really well and they're doing better than me, it's like it should be in my best interests to raise them and motivate them to be even better, because then in some kind of way it's like you're in the tail of the comet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could possibly get dragged along in this momentum that
you don't have to be the superstar to live that superstar life.
No.
A rising tide raises all ships.
That's right. Yeah.
No, I agree. And like, there's no real. It's a pride thing.
It is. It's
insecurity.
pride,
insecure, ego.
I had a very similar conversation with my housemate and his wife the other day. And I was like talking about something, like comparing the two of us. And I'm like, I don't mind losing to him. And then he's like, yes, you do. I'm like, only in things that don't matter.
Yeah.
If it actually matters, I don't care who wins.
Yeah. It's definitely a pride and ego thing. And, what does Sam say? But pride and ego get you killed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but does it make you feel better if you see someone fail? Like,
some people, I reckon it would.
Yeah.
People thrive on misery.
I guess it's kind of like if you put two people side by side and one was a really nice, humble person and one was a real arrogant prick, and they're both succeeding in the same kind of way, and then they both fail in the same kind of way, you're always going to feel sorry for the really nice person who, but you're not going to feel sorry for this real arrogant prick because it's the character.
Yeah, of course.
You kind of, I guess you're kind of like vouching for the character of someone too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be feeling sad for someone that is a dick.
no.
No, and again, that's usually, but that's usually the people that you're saying tall poppy, like they're the kind of people that where you kind of go, yeah, see, that you don't mind if they fail, because usually, like that's how I judge it based on character as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but is that right? Is that the right way to look at it though? Like, are we wrong for saying that? You know what I mean? Like, even though the guy's a dick and he's a bit of a prick, like we should kind of feel bad for him too, in a kind of way.
No. As long as if he was a humble dick, then yeah, I could do it. But it's all about the humbleness, and because 9 times out of 10 you fail, that guy isn't going to give a shit. He's not going to feel sorry for you. He's like, fuck yeah, you lost, you fell, I'm going to win. I'll overtake you. No one likes those people.
No.
Really, no one does.
Do you think that guy who's a bit of a dick, he would rebuild quicker than the guy who wasn't? Just because of his mindset and his attitude, maybe? Might have a little bit more tenacity behind him. I mean, you look at Donald Trump, right? He's an absolute ballsack, but he's been bankrupt many times and he still manages to make it back. I mean, that's just an example that I know off the top of my head, and that's just through the days of The Apprentice. I know that.
Yeah, but there's still people that come back from the brink that are still nice.
That's right.
Not saying that Donald Trump isn't nice.
Yeah.
I don't know him personally.
No,
but going by media, he's a dick.
Yeah, no, he's an absolute fucking
But
villain.
like, if you saw him go bankrupt, are you gonna feel sorry for him? Nah, see, nah. But if someone I don't know who's a humble dude that's lost heaps of money, you go, oh, yeah, I want you to become rich again.
I suppose we wouldn't really know.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
So again, it's like for me,
So it might be that quiet confidence that he just.
If you're a dick and you stumble, well, then I don't really feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
But I think that the non-dick, the humble dude will probably. I reckon would have a better chance at succeeding. I reckon.
Have you ever had it happen to you?
Well, someone cut me down.
Yeah, or tried to, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a nice feeling.
No.
And people, they put you down so they can feel above you. Make them feel superior and like alpha. It's there's no need for it. It's sporting worlds or friendships or whatever it is. I've experienced it everywhere. Work's the fucking worst. But when you, like, I've only realized this later on in my life. It's like I say to my daughter, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
That's right.
Who gives a shit? That's them. You know what you know, and you know that you're good at it. So fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm probably not staying on course here, but
No.
But there's like I always keep every time I hear something like this or about people wanting to see people do better than you, and it always reminds me of that quote. There's only ever going to be one man that wants you to be better than them, and that's your dad. I love that saying. That was, what's his name? Steve Harvey? The dude with the mo and the teeth. Yeah, it was his saying. But yeah, it's true, and and I think if everyone wanted everyone to be better than them and had that kind of mantra, like, how good would that be?
Yeah.
You know, just like you said, you push and build people up. There'd be less sadness, less depression, less fucking miserableness. You know.
But do you think though, if we lived in a world where everybody was just constantly raising each other up, then do you think that maybe we would lack motivation?
Yeah, for sure. You have
No, because I think you can still be competitive while building each other up.
That's right. That's right.
You know, you can still strive to be better than the next person.
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
but
when I
there's
used to-
there's something about haters that fuel you as well.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So I mean, if we didn't have people, the naysayers, you know, do you think that
There's a place
would
for them.
drive ourselves as hard as we do sometimes to succeed if there was nobody who was giving you like I don't think you can
I'll
do
fucking
it.
show him.
Yeah, and then you've got like, you know, like, oh, you're a chicken. It's like, oh, fucking don't
I
call
think
me a
that's
chicken.
just like more added fuel to help you succeed.
That's right.
I think you'll succeed anyway,
That's right.
but
No, I think you should be able to succeed on your own. Like, you know, you are your own person. Do it for you, not to impress some random that you don't care
no.
about.
But sometimes it's just that little.
Sometimes you
Like,
need
you know, we say fuck
You need
them,
it a
fuck
little
your.
bit.
What does your opinion matter? But sometimes,
Yeah.
look at all the sporting stars within and the media. Like, you know, how many times has Ronaldo been told that he needs to retire, he can't play soccer anymore, and he still comes out and kicks fucking goals.
Yeah, what is he, like 41 or
He's
something?
41, and look at it, mate.
But I don't think Ronaldo cares about the average person on
No.
Facebook telling him his shit.
He's
No,
like
but I guarantee you,
multi.
No, no. What I'm saying is, I'm sure that he's heard stuff written about him before, and he's used that as you know, inspiration to not, you
Yeah.
know, give in or to.
I think if you're already really successful, then it probably doesn't matter so much what people say, right?
I think while you're successful, you want to stay successful as long as you can, which is
guess
why
if-
he's still doing what he's doing.
I guess if you're like
Wouldn't be on the top
somebody
for as long as you can.
who's just trying to make it, you know, and you're really striving to build something, but then you get a whole bunch of naysayers, or you know, you do crack it and then people are like, oh, you don't deserve it, or, you know, like, oh, you've changed, or, you know, it's just all those tiny little comments, and those are the things that, you know, at a really sort of like, I guess, mid-societal level,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like, and I guess those sorts of things probably come from the fact that that person's not doing as well as that guy, so it's easier for me to bring him down than
Yeah,
it is to raise him up. But like I said, you know, let's get in the fucking tail of the comet.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, man,
yeah,
absolutely.
let's fly together.
Look at it this way, man. If you're in the tail of the comet, you're not doing even half as much work as the guy that's doing it all.
That's
You know,
right.
I'd happily, like, for example, if like Isaac became a fucking awesome tennis player or whatever, and he was earning millions, I'd happily just sit in his coach's box, just supporting him.
Oh, 100%.
If you
He's
fuck
a-
it, if
he's
you
your son, though, he's different.
okay,
He's
if
different.
okay, like me, I've got another mate that we always joke about his son playing gridiron, and I'm always like, man, I'll retire and I'll just follow him around, and just be a supporter, building him up or whatever. Like, why wouldn't you?
Mm.
Yeah,
right.
entourage.
I mean, I love seeing people succeed.
Yeah, I think
I
the older you
love
get, you
it.
do.
Yeah,
You appreciate it more.
yeah, 100%, man, 100%. I think, yeah, like when you're a bit younger, you kind of, and I guess with the rise of social media too, like it's really easy to get caught up on the fact that like, oh, I'm not doing as well as that guy, I'm not doing as well as that
Yeah,
guy,
see, yeah.
and I mean, it's going to be the thing that kills society, really. That's why I keep my kids off it, or I want to for as long as I can. But yeah, I think you've as a dad to young kids now, this is a mindset that I want to try and teach my kids as they get slightly older, is that we don't have to beat each other down.
No.
You know, we try and raise our friends up. We try and, you know, it's like my daughter has, like her best friend does a sport that she doesn't really care for or want to partake in. And, you know, one day she came home and she said, oh, all she did was talk about that all afternoon. And I said, yeah, that's cool because she's passionate about it. And I said, you know, that you've got to be stoked for her because she's stoked for that.
Mm.
She's like, oh. And I said, if you were passionate about something like that, would you want her to be happy for you? And she said, yeah. And I said, that's why you need to be stoked for her about it.
Yep.
And I said, you know, doesn't mean that you guys aren't best friends. I said, you're okay it's okay to have different interests. But I said, you be stoked for her because she's stoked for it.
Yep.
You know? And so the more these conversations happen, the more we can kind of get it into our kids' heads that they need to big up. Because if I felt that way when I was 11 years old, like my friendships probably would have been way more enriched than they were, you know, instead of being jealous of other people or whatever for them having things that I didn't, or, you know, all that sort of stuff. But I guess too, like I did things like skateboarding and dirt jumping, like, you know, BMX, mountain bike, dirt jumping and stuff. And those are two sports where everybody really supports each other,
Yeah.
because you're all like, it doesn't matter if one guy's really good, because you're looking to him to see what to do, and then, you know, you're copying him, and then you get good like him, and then, but because you're getting good like him, that keeps him progressing to the next phase too. And everybody's, like Dean says, you know, all tides,
Rising tide raises all shit.
that's right, you
So
know,
all the
like,
skateboarders went nuts when Tony Hawk landed his 900, whatever it was.
no, he stole that
Doesn't matter.
Taz Pappas, mate.
Doesn't matter.
Look
It
it
doesn't
up.
matter.
Look it up.
But
Look
no,
it
no.
up.
What I'm saying is that
Yes,
you know,
I know.
the skateboarders went nuts for him.
Yeah.
You know.
But you know the story, eh?
No.
Do you know the story about it, the 900?
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, you have to watch it. I mean, it's controversial, right? I mean, there's people out there that can go, oh, fuck up, you know, like whatever. But we don't have to get into it now. Look it up, the story of Taz Pappas and Tony Hawk with the 900. You know, there's a lot of controversy there.
I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah.
But no.
But yeah, yeah, I just think it's a really interesting concept to think about and talk about, because not that I see a lot of it these days because of the circles that I keep. You know, I'm in a pretty positive place with a lot of positive people doing a lot of good things for themselves, and, you know, everybody's trying to motivate each other to be better. But you do still see it online a lot.
Yeah.
You know, these keyboard warriors sitting behind their keyboard, fucking just slashing people down for trying to be something. And
Well, it's happened to us.
yeah, of course it has. But like even so, like even with this podcasting thing, I can't say that I've had a lot of support from people that I know.
Nah, man. Nah,
It's all
except for my mum and dad and my sister.
It's all strangers, man.
Yep.
All the support's coming from the strangers. And
And the DC.
the DC, yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, and maybe it's because people have just been sick of hearing me talk my shit all these years, and hey, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been really interesting to see that happen, and even some of them, like my best mates, you know, like I'll ask them, oh, have you watched any of the podcasts? Nah. No one's supporting. It's like, well, okay, you know, that's cool.
I know you motherfuckers listen to podcasts.
You know, and you know, it's all right. I'm not saying it needs to be everyone's cup of tea, right?
No.
But
bother me.
it's just strange sometimes where you see the support or feel the support, because people who you think would support you, when you actually start doing something or you start trying to do something, there's no support there, you know? And so it's it's an interesting concept, and this wasn't a segue for me to bitch about that.
No.
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, regardless of whether I have support from people I know or not, you know. Because the precipice of us starting this was for two dads to sit here and chat about the hard shit and make it known that other men can do the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we're here, right?
Yeah, and then, you know, like you said, that's what it's about. And then we have the guests that come in that tell their stories, and no matter what they've done, there's always been a way that they've had some kind of traumatic experience and how they've dealt with it.
right.
So,
But in saying that, none of the naysayers have been anybody I know. You know what I
Nah.
mean? None of the hate has been anybody I know.
Nah.
It's yeah.
Again,
it's always
poppy.
just it's always just keyboard warriors.
Tall poppy syndrome. People that just want to cut you down, so
Yeah.
you fail because you're doing something, and it's a reflection on them. Or look at these guys trying to help people, or not that we even not that we're
No, we're
trying to say that, but
No.
what are these fuckers doing?
Yeah, that's
Like I
right.
said, fuck them,
Yeah,
fuck them.
yeah. But I just yeah, like I said, man, I just thought it was an interesting topic to bring up, because I still think it's really, really prevalent.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's like in other countries, but I know Australia, New Zealand, there's a lot of people out there trying to do good things, and there's a lot of people who fucking the shadows just trying to fucking cut them down,
Yep.
And I think if you were to turn around and say, you know what, man, actually, like, I admire what you're doing. I admire that you've got the courage to do it, because I don't, because I'm scared of judgment or whatever. Just be honest about that. You know what I mean? Because that's insecurities, right?
yeah, man.
It's like, people, I don't want to be judged, or I don't want to be seen to be trying to do something, And so,
Remember when we started?
yeah.
That's how I felt.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
right, man.
like-
That's right. And how do you feel now?
Fuck them. If they do, I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've still got my things that I do on here that annoy people, and I'll work on it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
And work, like, if especially like hey, we all know I don't like feeling judged or anything like that, but putting yourself out there, it's the best. Sometimes it's the best way to get over it. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here and talk shit and talk how I want to talk, and if people want to watch it, listen, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen to the experiences, whatever.
And while we're on the topic of raising people up, not that the man needs it, but you're wearing his t-shirt, Tonksy, Braden Tonks, in the weekend, him and one of his mates, they did the 17k walk from
Yep.
the Spit to Burleigh Heads
Yep.
to raise
Mental awareness, mental health issues,
yeah,
all that
mental
stuff.
health
So
awareness. So yeah, well done.
bravo, guys. Good stuff. Good
Well done,
effort.
Tonksy, for that. That's fucking awesome work, man.
No, that's it, man. That's just lifting people up, mate. Like that. That's it.
Yeah.
More people do shit like that.
Does not cost anything.
It
Doesn't
doesn't.
cost anything.
It doesn't.
You know?
Yeah. The older you get, the more you realize it, though. I think.
Yeah.
Like I said that before, but it's so true. It's like the older you get, you just realize how much easier it is just to be nicer.
Yeah. That's why I love talking to old people, eh? Old people are always so stoked about, like, things.
Someone's listening to me.
Like, well, it's not even that. They're just like, you tell them, and they're just like, oh, that's so wonderful. Or that, and it's just like, that's like getting, like, to old age would be like that point of enlightenment where everything's just lovely.
It's just bliss.
Everything's just
It's like,
bliss.
You're just happy everyone else is doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And you haven't got much longer to live, so why live angrily and bitter?
That's right.
Even though there are some.
Oh, yeah.
There is. Fucking there is. It's just like hurry up and kick the bucket already, but
I come across them all the time, but that's another episode. But I always love having a good chinwag to the oldies, because they're always just so nice. They're always just like, you tell them that you're doing something, and then it's like, oh, it's so wonderful. It's like, makes you feel like, okay,
I'm doing something nice.
that's
Good.
right.
Feels makes me feel a little bit warm.
Yeah, that's right. A little bit of compliments for the day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. But no, you just gotta.
Yeah. So I guess the challenge for everyone out there listening would be like, if you've got a mate who's doing something awesome and you're not quite there yet, tell him that he's doing it fucking awesome.
Yep.
And that you're stoked and you're proud of him for being awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
comparison is the thief of joy, and a rising tide raises all ships.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
There we go.
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just a topic that I wanted to broach on. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did want to just like, or I guess not a shout out, but more like an awareness thing.
Mm.
It's like, it's no secret I've been struggling.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few other people around me that I know of that are struggling, and it seems to be a common thing over the last month. I found a lot of people that I know, or that know, or I don't know if it's the moon or what it is, but just
I mean, this year it feels like it's been particularly rough on a lot of people.
yeah, just hang in there, just hang in there. If just ride the wave.
Mm.
If you need help, reach out to someone. Don't cut people out. Don't shut them out. Connection. Yeah, that's the last thing I fucking think I need when I'm in those moods. But when you get it,
Yeah.
it's awesome. It's just that little lifeline, that little tug to say, hey, come on, snap out of it. So if you're listening and you're struggling, fucking reach out.
Mm. And I guess too, like I remind people who reach out to me when they've got struggles or whatever, I just say, look at everything that you've accomplished and everything that you've surpassed in your life. Look at all the hard times that you've already endured and
Yeah.
made it past, This is just another one of those times.
Yeah.
And I guess sometimes it feels like life is constantly throwing bullshit your way.
Yeah.
Like it seems sometimes that it's like, why does all this shit always feel like it's happening to me? But you're not alone. You're not alone.
There is always someone out there that would love to have your problems.
Yeah.
There is always someone worse off.
And
which when you're in that mood, you don't want to fucking hear that either.
No,
There's
no,
nothing
no.
worse than that. But
it doesn't, you can't minimalize what somebody's going through, even if it is.
no, of course not.
That's right. Because for them, it might be really big.
Oh, no, 100%,
That's right.
100%. But it's just good to remind you, just remember, there's always someone else that has worse problems that they wish that they had your problems.
Yeah.
Like, if you say that in the right way at the right time, I think that sometimes it can put a good perspective on it.
Mm. Yeah. Personally, I've had a pretty good year so far. For me, it's not been an easy year by any means. But I've had a pretty good year. Yeah, I've been busy, been motivated in some ways to do things, and not so motivated in other ways to not. To be honest, like my studies dropped off a bit lately. I lost a little bit of motivation with that. Not because it got hard, but because I wasn't really agreeing with some of the modules in the work that I was doing. So I found it hard to get into it because I kind of had this like mental kind of thing with it. Like, how can I learn this thing, and how can I write these essays on this thing when I don't agree with the thing?
It's like you're lying to yourself.
Kind of, yeah. And it's like, I know that if I want to pass, then I have to kind of get on board with this mindset or this narrative of what this is. But at the same time, I don't really agree.
Yeah, but you just learn it and then forget it.
That's right. I mean, but like I said, you don't want to lie to yourself either. But
you're not. You're telling yourself that you know that this is all bullshit to you, and then I'll just do what I need to do to pass, and then I'll forget about it.
Maybe it's because I've been stuck in a mindset.
Yeah.
For so long that I haven't had the opportunity to look at it from a different angle, or the other angle hasn't been presented to me. So it's kind of like, instead of being open to the suggestion of this other angle, I kind of put up a bit of a barrier to it, because it was hard to say, what I know may be wrong, or what I feel or think could be wrong. And so it's kind of Like I've always said that I can swallow my pride and I can accept that I'm wrong. But when you're trying to change a mindset that you've had for some time, it's really hard to do that. And I guess I've just needed time to actually figure that part out so that I can move forward.
Mm.
So I have started restudying again because it's kind of like I want to pass it. I want to be motivated to pass it. If I had stuck it out and just really kind of knuckled down with it, I would have been finished it by now. But I'm still a ways off.
But would you?
Yeah, no, I would have.
No. What I mean is, would you have burnt yourself out by trying to get it done so fast, and then you'd have been like,
Well,
eh.
the thing is, it's
Well,
kind
you
of
never know.
like, yeah, it's kind of like, it's like, I don't know. I used to work with this young guy, right? And we would track build all day. We were up at like 5 a.m. We were on the boat at 5:45. We were hiking up the mountain. We were fucking moving rocks and logs and fucking digging dirt all day long, for 10 hours. Then we're home. We're usually like fixing bikes, working on bikes, having dinner, going to bed. Everyone will be in bed. And here's this young guy. He's still up. He's gone from trail builder to now web designer and looking after and managing people's websites. And then he's doing that until 1 a.m. And then he's going to bed. And then he's getting like 4 hours sleep. And then and he did that for all of the year. And then when we returned home from overseas to New Zealand, he had then worked his ass off so hard that he set himself up a business. And then his business did really well. And then he sold his business. And then here's this young guy in his early 20s, absolutely fucking creaming life. You know what I mean? And I just think to myself, man, if only I had that much energy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, but kudos to him. I don't need to name him. I'm not going to call him out because he's not really on social media, even though that was what his business was about. I guess it's kind of like,
Those people are different. They don't come around all the time, man.
know,
Like
man,
they're
like-
just it's like they're older than what they are, and they understand that if they work their fucking ass off now,
yeah.
that when they're 30, they'll be loving life. But
Oh, see, man, I just wish I had some of that motivation when I was his age.
yeah, same here. Don't get me
You know,
wrong.
like it's kind of like, yeah, I've fucking missed the intelligence boat
Oh,
somewhere.
Man, I used
along
to,
the
I used
way,
to
man.
work with apprentices in the lift industry that were already paying for 3 houses, and I'd only just in my 30s got my first one. I was like, fuck.
Mm,
But yeah, what you know and what you learn and
that's
who
it.
you learnt it off. It's yeah,
That's it. Like I say, the missus, you can rest when you're dead.
that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
I hope dying is like when you finally just get that nice bit of I'm in bed now, I'm comfy sleep.
Yeah, maybe if you get the opportunity to
Die in your
die in
sleep.
your sleep, not some horrific
Horrific
accident
death.
or some, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Either way, I hope it's just a warm, fuzzy feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of shit ways to die.
Yeah, Final Destination.
Yep. Yeah. Still don't drive behind those log trucks, that's for sure.
Oh, man. Yeah. We used to have
Nah.
heaps of those in NZA, and I always just was just like, man, I'm going to stay like a good truck length behind this
Oh.
thing. But you'd still be fucked anyways.
Oh yeah.
You'd-
I still remember when I watched the first Final Destination and they're on the plane and they turn the knob on the desk, the tablet that falls down and the knob falls out.
Yeah.
I remember fucking always checking them. Always checking them.
If it makes you feel better about the whole Final Destination thing, they did it back then have to CGI the logs because they don't actually bounce like that. They come off the truck and just roll on the floor.
Oh yeah, don't let that ruin it.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to stress.
Nah, but
it's
the
going
thing
to
is-
take out your
But
tires.
once you've seen it, you can't unsee it.
It's going to throw so many skittles on the road, though. Like, it's just going to cause absolute
it's going to
mayhem.
be mayhem, but it's not going to take out your
Yeah.
head like it did the cop.
No, I almost lost a whole load of aluminium on the motorway one day at 100 k's.
That would do damage.
Oh man,
That'll bounce.
that would have been absolute chaos, man.
Fucking
I
hell.
never slowed down so fast in my life.
All right.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
But,
It was a whole bunch of like aluminium profile off like partition walls and stuff.
oh yeah.
There were some long links in there, 4 or 5 meter long links, and it's in this little Atlas 150 truck, and it was all like in the tailgate, kind of like up over the cab.
Oh,
It was all like strapped down. It was strapped down pretty good, but it must have just, because everything was in a regular shape, it just must have just wiggled itself loose a little bit. And I'm just cruising along. It would have been just under 100 Ks. And then it all just shifted and it ended up down
Oh.
beside my window, still hung up in the strops, but it like down beside my window, and holy fuck, I swung off so fast, man. Yeah. And I just thought to myself, holy fuck, I'm so lucky.
hell.
Yeah. It's like middle of the day traffic. Yeah.
don't want to be that guy, mate.
Oh, bro, it
That
was almost
fucking
that guy. Yeah.
Make sure your load's secure.
Oh, bro. Yeah. And I always pretty good. I've always been pretty good. I mean, until that one incident a little while, a couple of months back. But sorry. Yeah.
We don't need to.
Ah.
Yeah, and go to the nitty gritty of that.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
But
Yeah, big ups your mates.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you're fucking down and out, just fucking ride the wave of shitness.
Yeah.
Really, that's all I've learned to do. Ride the wave, and eventually you'll.
I guess there's like, I guess in a way social media is good and bad now, because you get the side of social media that is all about motivation.
Mm.
And it's kind of like if you just get that in the algorithm, then it's like all you're seeing is like, professionals talking about motivated and this and that. It's like, that actually does have a bit of an effect on
Yeah.
you. But if you're always in these posts that are like constantly shit and shit cunts talking bullshit to each other, and obviously that stuff's going to rub off on you too. So it's like they say, you are what you eat. You are what you consume in the end. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, dude, it was it a week or two ago? I was waiting for something to load on my computer. I think I was turning it on maybe. And I was just flicking through the Insta, and then my man Tony Robbins came up, right? And again, it's just something that he said that I was just like, yeah, you're right. And and that was that kind, and that's like I am a bit better now, but it all started from that. And then I remembered what fucking during that time I was also listening to a bit of Sadhguru, and then there was some things that I thought about that he said, and then I listened to like an hour long chat with him and someone else, and I was like, oh
you didn't listen to the 4-hour podcast of Sadhguru and Sean Ryan?
no.
Yeah.
That's what I started listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't imagine Sean Ryan giving him a fucking Uzi or something.
No. I think they went and played golf.
Ah,
Yeah, because Sadhguru plays a lot of golf.
Yeah.
He's actually he builds golf courses. Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go.
for a man that that doesn't have much possessions and stuff like that, he seems to be doing all right for himself.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
Of
but
course.
he's a bit of a rock. He lives the rock star life, doesn't he?
He's got like, he says that he gets disappointed that he doesn't have 8 billion followers. He's only got 2 billion followers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But again, that's all from a good spot.
That's it.
So,
That's it. But all right.
That's it, mate.
That's it. Remember, guys, if you like what we do, comment, like, subscribe, share. Helps us greatly. Helps us drive the algorithms. What's a couple of our platforms that aren't doing so great at the moment?
Apple Podcast now does video. Feel free to watch us on Apple Podcast.
There you go.
YouTube.
There you go.
YouTube just kills us, man.
Yeah, YouTube. If anyone's got any advice about how we, infiltrate the YouTube,
As soon as we,
drop it in the comments, because we'd love to know.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can go from thousands of views to a reel, then to one.
Yeah, and I reckon we've been shadow banned on TikTok
Yeah.
for some reason too, because we were doing really good on TikTok, and then all of a sudden, just
And that's
fucking-
again, that's not why we do it, but it's just
Nah.
it's
It's
still,
not-
it's still we still like to see our things do well.
Well, yeah, and it's about driving the message too, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we have some pretty good guests and that talk about some pretty cool things, and you know,
If there is a guest that you want us to try to reach out to and get them on here, A, B, C grade celebrities, D, Fs, friends, fucking whatever.
yeah,
Just send them through and we'll try our best to try to get them on. Shoot my shot
Yeah.
shot your shot.
today.
Yeah.
Dr. Harris,
Yeah.
author of The Happiness Trap. I thought that'd be pretty cool to get him on, but like
Yeah,
there's
man.
fucking no chance. But if you do know him, I was gonna get one of his books and go, help this clip go viral, help it. You know, but no, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But now we can.
But yeah, and a local hero. I want a local hero to come on and tell his story of heroicism. I want somebody who's saved people from a burning house, or you know,
Stopped a
Just-
kidnapping or
Yeah,
or
or
abduction or something.
something.
You know?
Something. And then I'm also keen on the controversial shit too. I want one of these young hoons who drive one of these AU Falcons with his fucking balaclava come
Or
on,
an e-bike.
and I want to pick the brain. I want to know what makes it tick, what makes them tick, and why they do it. You know,
Because the rubber toxins have gone into their brain and
wow, you know,
that's not very nice.
it's an addiction,
It
right?
yeah, it's
You know, but you know, we're all for anybody. You know, anybody. So
within reason.
reach out, come on, and yeah, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
All those.
You'll find us on there.
Happy days, legend.
Awesome, brother.
Peace.
Peace.
Real talk. We're putting it all on the table. You know what to do.